Hey, what's going on, family? How you guys doing? It is Larry. So I want to jump on. I haven't put any content out in a while in this structured environment like I normally do, but I want to do that. And I also just want to thank you guys. A lot of you have really impacted my life moving forward. Like I always know, when you go through things, you tend to find out, who's real and who's fake. Um, and a lot of you really have touched me in a way that I really appreciate that a lot of you have. And I've told you thank you. And I know many of you say, man, I don't, it's no problem. Because I realize real people do real things. And since real people do real things, they don't expect a reward for it. You know what I mean? Because they're just real. But listen, thank you all for that. Every last one of you guys. I'm not going to mention your names, but I have personally told you that. And I really appreciate y'all for real. But listen, many of you have commented on my strength, right? You said that Larry is so strong. Larry is this and Larry is that. I'm going to tell you something. I've had my moments. I cry like a baby. Ask God why. What have I done to deserve all this? Because what many of you don't understand and know about me is that my mom was murdered in the same way that my daughter was. And I found her body when I was 12 years old. So a lot of you found me in the middle of my process when I was angry, ready to fight, ready to shoot, whatever stage you found me in, right? But you didn't understand that there was a pain behind all that I was doing that I needed to be healed from. I was always a good boy. I mean, I got in trouble, I fought, but after a while, I got in, I was going to a great school. My mom put me in a great school, and I started doing just regular people stuff. I wasn't with that dumb stuff anymore. And then as soon as my life got to going in that direction, she was murdered. Her husband killed her, said if he can't have her, nobody can. I was in the house with her. He was there. She was there. Murdered her. I found him dead the next morning. All right. Carried that pain, that unprocessed pain for a long time. And I was finally able to process that pain fully in prison. I did 4 years, 2 months in prison. And those 4 years and 2 months were a godsend to me. They were. And I know a lot of you guys probably have heard people who've been to prison say that before. But I literally was saved by the system because it gave me time to sit down and to think and to process my thoughts without all this other stuff that I had going on. I always had to survive because when my mom died, I was left and my dad, he had his stuff going on, and he ain't had no business, he a good dude. I love him, but he ain't had no business with us anyway at that time in his life. And then finding out about family members the hard way, people talk about you and, laugh at you. At that point we were helpless. Me and my sisters were helpless. We were dependent upon people to look out for us that we thought had our backs and really didn't. They talked about us, was trying to get money. We got insurance money and social security money. They did that stuff. And it's fine. I mean, they forgiven, but I want you guys to understand the pain that I felt has gotten me ready to deal with one of the greatest pains of my life. So I always believe that we're in training. We are. We're in training. I don't really have a option in my life other than keep going forward. And this ain't bragging on me. Now, I'm not no special person. I just feel like some of us it's more required for some of us than others. Whom as much is given, much is required, right? I believe that some of us have a greater calling on our life. So we have to be able to weather those storms that come with that, right? The stuff that wants to break you and prevent you from going to that level that you're eventually going to go. But I want you guys to understand that, man. Like, I've been dealing with this stuff a long time. My baby girl died. I was there with her when she took the last breath. I really was, man. And if you'd have told me that a year ago that I was set when my baby girl held her hand, all that while she was dying and was there with her till she took her last breath, I probably would have told you I couldn't do that. But God made me do that. And it was times even in the process that I didn't feel like I could do that. I'm for real. It was times when I walked out and I left and I had to go home and cry and I had to do stuff and then come back to the hospital and people didn't really know. And I came back strong, clear faced after I've cried and came back and I was all strong and put up a great front in a fight. And even sometimes I got back in the room and broke down and started crying. And it was just like, I was like, God, why? Why? Why my child? You know, I have asked that question. But I'm at the stage now where why don't even matter anymore. There's a mandate on my life to continue to move forward, just like it's one on yours. There's not an option to quit. There's not one. The breath that you have in your body right now, you gonna be held accountable for that. Understand that was given to you by divine power. That breath that you breathing right now, what you chose to do with it, how you choose to, whatever you choose to do for it or how you choose to whatever, you're going to be held accountable for that. I don't want to get too deep on that. That's just the way I believe. And you don't have to believe that way. That's fine. We cool, you know. But I've been through this a lot, man. I've been through the pain, been through that struggle, losing people. I've cried a lot for folks, man. People done died. My daddy died, man. My uncle who's like my daddy died, man. Just cousins, just family members. Gotta go to prison. I didn't have to go. Just did hurtful stuff. So it got me to this point now where I understand that though you may be in a bad place, and I'm speaking to you right now, use me as inspiration. Even if you got to say that, man, my situation may be bad, but it's not as bad as his. I want you to use that for real. I'm not one of those people that feel bad about that. No, because I didn't have no control over this life. I haven't had no control, but I want you to, if you're in a place of brokenness right now, and then you can use me as motivation for you to keep going. If you can see me sitting here putting out content for people who are just like me, survivors, we are not victims. We're not. We are survivors. We are. Our children may have died. Our parents may have died. Our loved ones, sisters and brothers and cousins and people, they may have been murdered, raped, and all the stuff that we may have had to go through and experiences that we've dealt with, but we are survivors. Get that, okay? We're survivors. We're not victims. We're not losers. We're not going to give up on life. And if you need to go get mental health training or counseling or whatever you need to go do that stuff, man. Don't be afraid of sitting and crying it out and telling somebody you need some medication or something. I'm not a mental health counselor or anything, but I'm going. You understand? Because I had a lot of unprocessed feelings and hurts that I never processed. I processed them in my broken way. So they not processed correctly. Now I'm dealing with my daughter. So yeah, I'm going without a doubt. Okay. So don't be ashamed of that. But guys, listen to me. And I want you guys to understand this. I don't know what battle you fighting right now. I don't know what you may be dealing with. And I did some motivational stuff. I want you guys to take this and run with it. You're going to be okay. As long as you got breath in your body to continue to breathe and fight, to get up every day and fight. I know it's easier said for some of us than others. Somebody in a hospital bed right now who can't, you know. Some of you guys may be dealing with a sickness and it's terminal and you going through treatment and you don't feel like you can make it. I don't understand that pain. I ain't been through that. I haven't. I've been through death. I've been through abandonment. I've been through homelessness. I've been through suicidal thoughts. I've been through all that, you know. But I can't speak to that. But I can speak to the will to live, the desire to keep going and not give up on yourself and not give up regardless of how sick you feel right now. The will to live and the desire to push forward and don't give up on yourself and your situation. All right? It's Larry, man. I appreciate all the support, help, likes, shares, comments. Man, some of y'all did so much for me, man. I thank you all. I don't want to put your business out there because I know a lot of you just real. Y'all do real things. You don't need no award show. You just do it because it's there to be done. But thank you, though. All right? I love you all. I appreciate y'all. All the support, likes, comments, and shares. I'm going to talk to you next time. Peace.